Hello Internet! Today I'm going to share with you how to get started on some very easy portrait lighting in your living room. Follow me. Hey, I'm Blaise Fiedler, a professional wedding photographer in the south of France. Today we're going to be working in your living room with two lights. One of them is the key light and the other is the fill light. And both of these are exactly the same. It's the new Pixel X800 Speedlights. So first, camera settings. The camera settings, we want to kill the ambient light. All this light that I'm currently filming with. To kill the ambient light, let's use a low exposure on our camera. I first set my ISO to 100 to get the less light in and also the cleanest picture. I then move my shutter speed to 1/160th a second, just below my sync speed, and my aperture to 5.6. I take a test picture, and as you can see, you have a completely underexposed picture. This is perfect. We have absolutely no ambient light, and we're now going to be bringing our flashes. So I'm using two Pixel X800C. Let me put this one in master mode. So I stay pressed once, I'm in radio, master mode, and I'm going to be working all in manual today. This one is going to be slave. So I press once and I stay pressed a long time, a second time, and this one's in slave. This one's my flash A, this one's my flash B, and I can control them all, of course, from the master mode. So let me put this one, for instance, in half power. Okay, fire a test shot, and as you see, it gets transferred to the slave. The first thing is to put your umbrella on a light stand. Well, if you have a wife or a partner, you can of course ask him or her to hold that, but as a long-term investment, I do recommend a light stand. So you put it on a light stand about 45 degrees to the right of your subject and a bit above eye level, pointing down towards the subject. In terms of flash settings, well, I don't really know where to start. So I'm going to be starting at 1/4 of a power with my key light, which is on the slave flash, but it's still my key light. This one is the essential one. And I'm going to be turning off completely my fill light. Great, so we have a really well exposed subject. Now, let's try to move the key light much closer to the subject, almost in the frame. Okay, so now we have the light almost touching the subject. Let's do that. Okay, obviously here the light's way too strong because I've moved it much closer. So let's simply turn our key light down, let's say a bit more than 1 stop. Okay? Great, so we now have a very moody subject with high contrasts. That's where the fill light comes in. Let's turn our flash that's on the camera on to bring in some fill to the scene. Okay, and in terms of power, let's move it down substantially because my key flash, the master flash, which is acting as a fill light, doesn't have any light modifiers. So I'm going to be putting it at 1/64th of a power. Okay, let's compare both images. This one is with the fill, and this is without the fill. I think the fill is too powerful, so let me move this down even more. So I'm putting it really at the smallest possible power. Okay, fantastic. So we now have kept some nice contrast in that image, some nice soft light, but at the same time we have subdued the shadows thanks to our fill light. Okay, from here it's really easy to move on. We have this at 45/45. Let's bring it to a profile shot, so completely on the side of the victim. Okay, let me move this up a little bit. Okay, perfect. Now I'm just going to be doing a nice profile shot. Okay, that's nice enough. Let's try to turn off the fill light. Very simple, just go on the master flash, press here, and that's it. I'm without any fill. Let's see the difference. Nice. So now let's move into something even more moody. I'm going to be turning off the fill light and I'm going to be bringing this completely down. Okay, here we go for a mysterious look. Okay, this one is really underexposed in terms of light. Not a problem. I'm just going to be moving this up a bit over a stop. Let's go to 1/4 of a power here. And excellent. Look at the mood we've been able to create on that photo. And here again, let's move a little bit of fill in here. Just a tiny, tiny bit. Okay, that's good. Let's give it a shot like that. Very good. Okay, we've unlocked some of the shadows here. Big difference compared with the previous one in terms of mood, but we're still keeping a lot of that great mood. Okay, the next one's really easy. We're just going to move the light back up and the subject forward about 1/2 meter, 2 feet. Okay, light back very, very slightly. Subject forward very, very slightly. Have a look at that. Okay, and now without the fill. Same photo. Okay, now let's move from a front-on pose to a 3/4, 7/8 pose of our fantastic model. This, look at a mysterious look. Fantastic, and now let's add in simply some fill. Same pose, same expression, 3/4. So this is really fantastic. We're getting some incredibly different looks with what really is the same light, just putting it in different positions. Let's move now to on axis, which means having our light in pretty much the same direction as the camera, but I'm going to be moving that light really high up. Here goes. Okay, I turned off my fill light. My key light is almost on axis with the camera, very close to me. Look at that, I can touch it. And I'm going to be looking straight at the camera. Okay, that's a really, really nice soft light that's showing beautiful detail on the skin. A little bit of shadow below the nose, as you can see as well. We're getting very close to a butterfly light here. So let me try to move this even closer. Now, obviously, I would need a photographer behind the frame to be able to frame this very well without getting half the umbrella in. Now, as I move this closer, I know that I'm going to be providing too much light. So I'm going to be having to turn my key light down. But let me just show you what this gives from here before I go manipulate the key light. So let's move it again into some sort of moody photo here. Artist. Good. And now let's turn this down a bit over a stop. I think I can move it up. Let's move it up just 1/3 and see the final photo. Great, so we are getting some very, very nice light on me. But as you see, there's some dark shadows that are being created below the eyes, below here, below the nose. Let's remove some of these shadows with the fill light. Okay, so I've removed way too much shadows. Let's bring our on-camera flash down to its lowest setting. And let's... Okay, that finger looks really weird there. But I'd say our light is now really nice. Really, really nice. Great, and now let's move to something really special. I'm gonna try to bring this as high as possible. To do that, I'm gonna have to squash a little bit this umbrella so this can curve in even more, and we're gonna create some very moody photo. So have a look. Squashing the umbrella, and now moving this up as high as it can go. Okay, and now moving this in very, very, very close to my subject. Okay, let's do something different really here. I'm gonna be having my shoulder here towards the light and turning my back like that to the camera. Okay, this would be a bride's expression like that. Let's do more of a manly expression. Okay, I forgot here to turn my fill off. So now I'm going to get even a more moody expression, which is really what I'm looking for. So I'm going to some intense look. That's beautiful. Just a little squint in the eyes. Okay, that's great. I don't really want to turn the fill in for that one. I just love these mysterious shadows. So that really is, that's really it. You can do in a few minutes in your living room just so many different lighting setups with a 2 Speedlite setup. One on your camera for a very, very little bit of fill, and one that you're moving around the subject to create the mood. So I'm Blaise Fiedler, a wedding photographer in the south of France. I hope I taught you something today. Really, continue enjoying light, because light is what we do as photographers. See you soon.